Right guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a review on this Primus Mimer Duo stove for hiking, camping, for the great outdoors. So it's got its negatives and it's got its positives. So let's start off with one of the positives. One of the positives about this stove is that it can pack away into your backpack very discreetly and hardly takes up any room. As you can see, I store mine in a little pouch, and this pouch is actually a Nikon lens pouch, okay? But as you can see, the Primus Mimer Duo stove packs away into it and just goes into my backpack. So there's a very good positive about this stove. Now let's have a talk about some of the negatives of this stove. Well, one of the negatives of this stove is that you may not always get to use it on demand. So what I mean about on demand? On demand is exactly what I mean. When you take it out your bag and you want to use it there and there, it might not always be the case. Why? Well, if this has been bouncing away in your backpack, as you can see, then you do stand part of it where it could come loose like that. Worst case scenario is that it all disconnects and you may find yourself being cold, wet, wherever in the field, having to rebuild it all. So that's what I'm referring to about on demand. You may not actually get to use this on demand as quick as you would like to, because again, it does fall apart every now and again and you have to rebuild it. Going on, we also have this section, just like this section too, you could also find comes apart, and you may have to, fix it in the field by rebuilding it. So let's move on to this section. If you have a look here, you can see that this little lip can be so darn annoying, because that can catch you out. When that lip is like that, it basically means that the gas canister cannot slide on, because that little section is blocking the gas canister from sliding on. So when you're in the field, you need to ensure that this section is like that, okay? So this section is flush in order to allow the gas canister to slide on. Now let's see if this works. As you can see, there we go, there's a classic example of what I'm talking about, guys. You need to make sure that this section is sitting flush in order to get it onto the gas canister. And as you can see at the minute, I'm having a little bit of an issue. So overall, you can see that the Primus stove is definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, not the most perfect stove to have in the field. But I would also say it's not the worst stove to have in the field. So now we've got our section together and this section is coming on. You can see now that we've got basically rid of the two negatives. Now moving on to another positive. Another positive of this stove is that it is a great burner. For example, just look at this. That is the low setting, perfect for slowly cooking your food, or if you want to quickly boil your water, then we're going to go up to a higher setting. And as you can see, that is a mean stove. Okay, so come back down, medium setting, low setting, and then it turns off. So as you can see, that is positive about the stove. Even though it may not work on demand, it does have a lot of power for when you do get it going. Now, another positive is the work area. Have a look at all this space here. Now, that fits the Yugoslavian mess kit very well. Look at that, it's so sturdy, doesn't want to go anywhere. So it's ideal for your mess kits. Have a look at this, the British Army mess kit. it is going nowhere, guys. Look at that, you've got the very secure worktop there. So that is the two positives I can see about the, well, three positives I can see about the stove. The first positive is that it burns very good, it's very powerful burner. Second one is that it is very sturdy with regards to your canteens, you know, for boiling water, stuff like that. It's very sturdy. And the third one is that it does pack away very neatly into your pack. The negatives again is just rebuilding it. That's the only negatives. But other than that, guys, the Primus stove duo, I don't recommend, but at the same time, I don't think you could go wrong without it. I think it's not going to be your go-to stove, but I do think that it's not going to do you any harm to have it in your backpack. Again, once you get this stove going, it is a great stove, but it's getting it going that may be the frustrating part about this stove. Right guys, thanks for watching the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. I'm going to leave you now with a quick boil test of this stove in action on the mountain of Kinderscout during a very windy day. Right guys, see you all in the next video.